Shalom. Kol halal Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushua B'Hashem HaKadosh. Double honors to the elder apostles and bishops and all the elders that came before them that taught us His truth. And shalom and salutations to all the brothers out pushing the word of truth and sincerity, the hopeful elect tabernacle of David. All right, so the Spirit told me to, jumped on me and told me to go back into this guy, all right, because we wrestle not, all right, and you could just look at this guy and see that he's a warlock, he's a witch, okay? Now, I remember this guy's name, Anton LaVey, this guy. Who is Anton LaVey? This is Anton LaVey, Sammy Davis Jr., and apparently this is Michael Aquino, this guy right here, way back. Way back when? All right? Okay, so who is Anton LaVey? Let's get that real quick. Let's see. Go to Google. Anton LaVey. Right? And this is Wikipedia. I guess we'll go there real quick. We're not going to spend too much time. This is him, right? Look at this dude. This is a 92. Anton Zander LaVey was an American author, musician, and Satanist. He was the founder of the Church of Satan and the religion of Satanism. Okay? He authored several books, including The Satanic Bible, The Satanic Rituals, The Satanic Witch, The Devil's Notebook, and Satan Speaks. In addition, he released 3 albums, including Satanic Mass, Satan Takes a Holiday, and Strange Music. Okay, so he is the founder of the Satanic Church, the Church of Satan, the process and all of that. Going back to when you speak of the music industry, all right, that takes you straight to this guy, the process, Charles Manson, all right? Charles Manson was in the highest levels of the music industry, all right? Recording with the Beach Boys and doing, different things like that. Doris Day's son, forget his name, but in Doris Day's house is where the Sharon Tate murders took place. And that was her son, I believe, was in control of the house at the time. And it takes you into the Beatles and all of this other stuff. But the point is that the whole thing is about upholding this. Okay? Now, back to this guy. This guy is Lieutenant Colonel Michael Aquino. And here he is. What is he doing in the Army? What does the Army do? They fight wars. What is he doing as a lieutenant colonel in the Army? Okay? And so when you go to, and I did this the other day on a World War III Daily Update, but this is not that. This is the video, what I call the video lesson, not the update. Okay? You go into the men that stare at goats. The men who stare at goats. Okay? Defying all known acceptable military practice, and indeed the laws of physics, they believe that a soldier could adopt a cloak of invisibility, pass cleanly through walls, and perhaps most chillingly kill goats just by staring at them. So this is what they were practicing When I say practice, I mean witchcraft. They were practicing this in the military, okay, going into asymmetric warfare. All right, let's get that again. Let me see. Don't speak. Let me see. ASEMMETRI. Asymmetric warfare definition. Okay. Right here. Now watch the language being used. Asymmetrical warfare, unconventional strategies and tactics adopted by a force when the military capabilities of belligerent powers, okay, are not simply unequal, but are so significantly different that they cannot make the same sorts of attack on each other. All right? So right now, all right, we're involved in an asymmetrical war. World War III is an asymmetrical war. All right, now real quick, let's get this. We wrestle not. We wrestle not. What's going on here? This is the war that we're in. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, and against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. This is a spiritual war. Okay? Warfare. The weapons of this is about war. The weapons of what? For the weapons of our what? This is a compound word, warfare. What's the main word? What's the root word? War. We are at war. And our weapons are not carnal, but mighty through the Most High to the pulling down of strongholds. Spiritual. Okay? What's the opposite of carnal? Spiritual. Okay? Now, what is this devil doing? He's fighting the spiritual war too. Wait a minute. The men that stare at goats. Let's go back here. All right? And they're hiding this, of course. What's really going on? Look at this. In 1979, a secret unit was established by the most gifted minds within the U.S. Army, defying all known accepted military practice. That word practice goes back to witchcraft. Okay? And indeed, the laws of physics, they believed that a soldier could adopt the cloak of invisibility. All right, these are spiritual powers, are they not? Cloak of invisibility, pass through walls, and perhaps most chillingly kill goats just by staring at them. All right? It says, entrusted with defending America from all known adversaries, okay, including Halbah Shem Yahushai. They were the 1st Earth Battalion. And they really weren't joking. What's more, they're back and fighting the war on terror. The Men Who Stare at Goats reveals extraordinary and very nutty national secrets at the core of George Bush's war on terror. Okay, so this is what, a book or not quite sure. Let's look at this. All right, this is a movie. And they're trying to...
My name is Bob Wilton. I'm a journalist. I've been investigating a story about a classified government program. So what you're saying is that you were a psychic spy? A Jedi warrior. I'd heard that the
And see, they're making light of it and making it out of a joke. But when you listen to what they're saying, this is real stuff, okay? Letting you know what level. See, people think that there's a war going on in the Ukraine and Russia's fighting and they're dropping bombs. That's part of it, but there's more to it.
I'd heard that the U.S. government was training psychic soldiers and that Lynn Cassidy was the best of the best.
I've been reactivated. I'm on a mission.
I could come. Lynn's story was unbelievable, crazy, and completely true.
You have to dream a new America that no longer has an exploitative view of everyone.
Okay, so this is them. They had to make a movie, right, to obscure what's really going on. All right? Now, back to this guy. Wait a minute. What is it? What is he doing with Anton LaVey right here? So this is Satanism within the military. The men that stare. This guy was involved in that. The men that stare at goats. Okay? And what they were doing. What were they doing? They were doing witchcraft. Okay? Now that we're there. Okay? And are they fighting each other? They're jockeying for position. Okay? These people are jockeying for position in the what you call the New World Order. All right? Because they're all part of the New World Order. The New World Order is to come against Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai and the angels. Okay? So let's look at let's see. Where do I want to go first? Oh, this thing. This. What's this? July 5th. Let's look at this.
It is energy.
Okay. What is CERN? What is this? What is a Large Hadron Collider? And what are they doing? And we should know. Okay. They Speak Truth, June 26th, as yesterday. July 5th, CERN will be on full power. Okay. This guy, White Devil, says the opening ceremony for CERN spoke volumes as to their real agenda. We'll take a look at that in a minute, but let's listen to
It
this.
is energy. What they're trying to do there is mimic, approach the energies that happened at the beginning of the Big Bang. And all the energy that was released, some of it stayed energy, a lot of it turned into matter.
Now, clearly they're fighting against Yahweh Hashem Yahshua. What are you talking about, the Big Bang? They're clearly fighting against Yahweh Hashem Yahshua. What is this CERN thing? This is high-level witchcraft. Okay? This is spiritual situation that they're trying to, deal with different dimensions, the spiritual dimension. Okay? All going back to the military, the men that stare at goats, all of this shit.
It is energy. What they're trying to do there is mimic, approach the energies that happened at the beginning of the Big Bang. And all the energy that was released, some of it stayed energy, a lot of it turned into matter. And so if you want to understand the nature of that matter, you need to pull it apart and have a good look at it. And you do that by banging particles into each other that smash into their constituent particles, elements, even smaller and smaller and smaller subatomic elements. And you need huge energies to do that. You're accelerating protons, the building blocks of atoms, around this ring at near the speed of light and smashing them into each other, and they fly apart, revealing all the constituents and other elements and energies that make up matter in the universe.
And why is this research so important?
Well, if we want to understand our place in the universe, we need to get as deep down as we can get. And in order to do that, you need these energies. And that's what they're doing. They're upgrading the injectors that fire those.
You do understand your place in the universe, and it's very low. What you're doing is an attempt to subjugate Yahweh Shem Yahushua because you don't like where you are in the hierarchy.
Particles are up. They're not upgrading the magnets so much as retraining the magnets that direct these particles so that you can get these higher and higher energies. And also they're getting higher collision rates because when you're doing these experiments where maybe 1 in 1,000 times you get the result you want, you need
the result you want. What? What was that?
You get the result you want. You need to do them many, many, many times over and over again. And, you know, the answer to why are we doing it is if we want to understand the universe, our place in the universe, we need to get as fundamental understanding of it as we can. Well, it's called the standard model. And what these guys are trying to do is break the standard model.
The standard model is you're the devil and you're trying to fist fight with the Most High and your arms are not long enough. Ridiculous. Anyway, so July 5th, CERN will be on full power. What are these devils doing? Let's do this real quick. Opening ceremony. We're not going to go through the whole thing, but.
Pan frei, Plasotrin, via libra per il strens.
So this is July 4th, 2016, World Metal Television, Goddard Tunnel opening ritual. This is CERN. Okay.
Via libera ai treni.
Let's get to some of it. Baphomet action. What are they doing? What is this ritual about? This is high-level witchcraft. You see these devils? It says here, Luciferian ritual, gates of hell, CERN, New World Order uses satanic ritual to unveil Goddard train tunnel. Strange demonic attacks happening worldwide. Let's go back real quick. Goddard tunnel. Right here, CERN with the 666. This is 3 years ago. Of course, there's a commercial.
In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. And the earth
predicted that from studying the text of Genesis. He concluded that our universe has 10 dimensions, only 4 are knowable, to use his term, and 6 are not
knowable to us. And I find that fascinating because we've spent hundreds of millions of dollars on atomic accelerators to discover what Nachmanides did by studying the text. So some say 11, there's some debates among mathematicians about details, but there's awareness within the advanced scientific community that we live in more than just the 4 dimensions that we directly experience. And that in Genesis 3, when God declares war because of the fall of man, the creation was made subject to the bondage of decay, the entropy laws and all that. Apparently, were somehow tied to God's curse on everything we know about the creation is post-curse. Prior to the curse, it may have had 10 dimensions, and for some reason it was fractionated. So that some of us tend to regard those 6 inaccessible dimensions as the domain of things like angels, the domain of paranormal behavior.
So what are they saying? They're trying to get into the spirit world. They're trying to go to where the Most High and the angels dwell through a portal, right, called CERN or whatever. They're trying to access that level of spirituality when they're the devil. First of all, you're the damn devil, and you can be trusted with this information.
That are being moved at or above the speed of light inside this collider. Now, for your information, there is one near us in Oak Ridge, Tennessee, but it is not nearly as large as what we're dealing with here. And apparently, the larger the collider, the more speed that they can attain, and the more they're able to get deeper into what they're looking for. They're looking for the very building blocks of what brought all of this together. To give you an analogy, let's say you have a house. You observe that house, it's beautiful. You think, my goodness, let's see how this is put together. And so you start taking the house apart and you expect to find nails.
So this is a celestial war, okay? Let's get Isaiah, 14th chapter. Start at 12. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? All right, clearly these guys are the Lucifer. They're the light bearers. They got all of this information. They're wiser than Daniel right now. Son of the morning, how art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nation? So you are about to get the rug snatched out from under you, but this is describing who you are. For thou hast said in thine heart, the devil, the nation of Edom, I will send into the heaven. Okay? Looks like they're trying to go into the above, the 4th and above dimension, ascending into the heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of the Most High. All right, Israel. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation, Israel, in the sides of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. Okay? What is this dude doing? He's trying to be like the Most High. Clearly. All right? Let's get a little more. Let's get Dabu here. Let's get Dabu. This is a little more low level, but killing that. Let's watch this. Okay, so this is Dabu 77. Today, KillNet launches huge cyber attack in response to Kaliningrad blockade targets energy financial. So this is back on the ground. But all of this works in tandem, okay? This is all the same war. All right, as above, so below. They are trying to secure the earth, right? And stay in power, if you will. All right, they know that with World War III, right, comes the war in heaven, right, which is in the sky, but they're trying to take it further than that. What are you doing with a Large Hadron Collider? You're about to destroy space-time. All right, the Most High is going to bring you to naught anyway. But here's the so below part. Okay, what's happening right now? The Most High got these devils fighting against each other. This is Proverbs 21. All right, Proverbs 21:1. The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord, as the rivers of water he turneth it whithersoever he will. So a friend of mine tells me, well, they're going to get rid of Vladimir. I'm like, if they get rid of Vlad, they're going to bring Vlad 3000, 2.0, 3.0. Doesn't matter who pushes the button. The Most High is in control of this whole thing. All right, whoever they put in power is going to come from Russia. All right, this is what we know. Let's watch this.
Dabu 7. Today, we get word of a major DDoS attack that has targeted Lithuania's national network infrastructure. And this is more than a week after EU sanctions took effect for Kaliningrad. And this is a little area that Russia controls next to Poland, between Poland and Lithuania. And Lithuania is serving as really the only area that they can use to go through Belarus and into Kaliningrad. They have stopped ferrous metals, steel, and other things that the EU has banned. The group claiming responsibility for this is calling themselves Killnet. They have stated that this is in retaliation for the blockade in Kaliningrad. So at this point, the threats are out there where they're being DDoS attacked, and they're saying that it's very likely in the days to come that this will get more intense. And they're saying you should expect them to get targeted in the transportation sector, financial sectors, and energy sector. This is one to watch, because if these guys are openly, brazenly attacking these type of sectors and infrastructure, they could well get the rap for targeting other places or other events. Anytime I start to see these mystery groups come out the shadows and start targeting sectors like this, this could affect us all, especially when it comes to the money and the financial sector and the energy. So I'll continue to update on this as I get more information, but this...
All right, so what do we got here? All right. We'll close on this. Book of Isaiah 47. Because we know what you devils are up to. We're not ignorant, all right? We'll start at 10, Isaiah 47:10. Thou hast trusted in thy wickedness, thou hast said, none seeth me. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it hath perverted thee. Thou hast said in thy heart, I am, and none else beside. You trying to be the Most High. Okay? Your wisdom and your knowledge, you think you know, understand the God particle and all of this bullshit. Okay? Nigga is just left-handed magic. Therefore shall evil come upon thee. Thou shalt not know from whence it riseth, and mischief shall fall upon thee. Thou shalt not be able to put it off, and desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know. All right? Stand now with thine enchantments and with the multitude of thy sorceries. That's all you're doing. wherein that thou hast labored from thy youth. If so be, thou shalt be able to profit. If so be, thou mayest prevail. Thou art wearied in the multitude of thy counsels, right? Let now the stargazers, the astrologers, the stargazers, the monthly prognosticators stand up and save thee from these things that shall come upon thee. All right? It ain't working. All right? The Most High is in full control of everything. And you trying to box with him? How foolish of you. Okay? So with that, we hope that the elect were edified, you brothers and sisters, and with that, we're going to say shalom.